There are 7 things that the devil injected into the soul of the man that form the major corruption in the soul. And if a man encounters God and his word genuinely, these things will be reversed. When that happens, you become a son. I can't teach it now, but I will mention it so that you will draw them as red flags and you will know how to avoid them. Number 1 is distraction. When a man does not have gravity in his spirit, anything can get his attention. And the first thing intimacy will do for you is to severe distraction from your soul. You see, when you find a child, he can't even focus on anything for 5 seconds. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He sees a football, he's running. He sees light, he's running. He sees phone. So many have not come into God. They are not gathered into his presence enough to shave off the elements of distraction. And so when you allow distraction enter your soul, that's why the devil got a room into the garden in the first place. Adam was not keeping the gate, and the devil sneaked in and deceived the woman, and everybody fell. What was he doing? When God put him in the garden, God kept him there to guard it and to keep it. Where was he? He was distracted, doing things that don't concern his ordination. When a man truly will grow and be usable in the hand of God, that man will fight distraction, and anytime you see him, he will be about his ordination. The parable was told in 1 Kings 20 verse 40. He said, my Lord gave me a servant to keep. He said, but as I was busy here and there, he said, I lost him. And he said, your life shall be demanded. There are too many people busy here and there. They are not about the master's business. And so when you find the people who are astray, distraction is what defines them. What do you spend your time on? Have you discern your ordination and you living with it? The second corruption that is in the soul of man is fear. And the devil knows this. That's why you see that in our world today, bad news spreads 1,000 times faster than good news. In fact, your subconscious is designed to dictate bad news so that you can be kept safe. And the devil has entered that gate to plant fear in the souls of men. You hear of pandemic, you hear of war, is to distract, is to paralyze you with fear. And the moment you become afraid, your discernment goes down. Your ability to exercise faith is subsecuted. And so fear is a corruption in the souls of men. Number 3 is lust and carnality. When a man becomes carnal and lustful, he can no longer receive the things God has made available. He said, the carnal man, the natural man, receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, neither can he know them. So he becomes blinded. He can no longer pick the vibrations of God. And because he's blinded, he can't participate in the commonwealth of Israel. Neither can he be part of God's army. These things we have done here today won't mean more to some people. You know why? The things of God are not heavy with them. They are carnally minded. And he said to be carnally minded is dead. So they are dead men walking. The 4th corruption in the soul of men is selfishness and self-centeredness. So they are all about themselves, and because they are all about themselves, God cannot commit any serious thing to them. If you check your life, how much can you have for yourself? What do you need? He said, if you have what to wear, what to eat, and where to lay your head, he said, be content with such. But you see, when selfishness comes, you can't look at your brother. You can't think about your brother. And because you can't think about your brother, you cannot be part of God's agenda. Because everything about God begins with our. Is our Father. It's not my Father. You will never hear my Father who art in heaven. It's our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. But a selfish man cannot see beyond his nose. And because he's too self-centered, God cannot bring him to be part of an agenda that has its roots in eternity. And so the devil knows, so he plants selfishness in the souls of men. The principle of the word is that get all you can and can all you get. It is me and myself, and that's where it stops. But that's not God's agenda. When you come into God, it becomes about others. Selflessness is what defines God's operational modality. The 15th, which is the corruption of the soul, is pride. And this is why God can't promote people even though they are very gifted, because God himself will be the one to break you.